Hi guys, welcome to class. Today we're doing a reading class with some advanced vocabulary. We're going to be reading an article on assassination, so it should be very interesting. And we're going to learn a lot of vocabulary. We have some questions to answer at the end of the article, and if we have time, we'll do some discussion too. I'm going to wait a couple minutes for some students to join. And I'll introduce myself. My name is Michaela. I'm from Phoenix, Arizona, and I've been teaching for maybe 2.5 or 3 years. I think 3 years now. I've taught in Italy and in Brazil, and now I teach online with Verbling. Welcome to class, guys. In just a minute or two, we'll start the article. First, I'd like to get some introductions from you guys. I like to know who I'm talking to. So if you want to introduce yourself in the chat box or with your voice in person, you're welcome to do that. That way I know who you are and where you're from. Today is a very cloudy day in Arizona. I love cloudy days. It's so hot here usually. Hi, Rita. How are you? I'm hoping I'll have some people to help me read this article. It's a long article, and I think a very interesting one. I'll give you guys one more minute, and then I guess I'll start to read the article by myself, even though I'll be lonely. Action! Thank you for rejoining class.
It's nice to be in your class, Michaela.
Yeah, and I think it's nice to have small classes because we can have more one-on-one time.
Yeah. I think it would be fruitful for me too.
All right. So, would you like to tell me anything about yourself you haven't already mentioned the last class?
My name is Akshan. I'm from Azerbaijan. I work in the central bank of my country. I'm a financier.
Okay, cool. And do you have any hobbies?
Yeah. I like do some sports. I like playing football, tennis, and swimming, and also chess. Also, I read books. I like literature.
That's a
That's it.
lot. You do a lot.
Yeah. I'm trying.
Ismail, hello.
Hello, Michaela. How are you?
Good. Welcome back to class. It's been a long
Thank you.
time that I haven't seen you.
Yes, and you don't seem in Verbling, I think, Michaela. I have been, especially for 2 weeks, several times in Verbling, but I didn't see.
Last week I was on vacation.
Oh, welcome.
Yeah, thank you. It's good to be back. Okay, 2 new
How was
students.
your vacation? Where
Good.
did
It was
you?
excellent. I had some beach time. I went to Puerto Rico, which is a territory of the United States. So it's a little exotic, but it's easy to go because there are lots of flights. So it was a very fun trip. Alexander, how are you?
I'm fine. And you?
Good. Would you like to tell us a little bit about yourself?
About what?
About yourself. Introduce yourself to the class.
Hi, I'm Marlon. I'm from El Salvador. I'm 23 years old. And I'm here learning English, practicing.
Excellent. Thank you.
Okay.
All right. Does everybody have the article open? I'm going to put it in the chat box for us. And hopefully you guys have it open. So it's about assassination, and there's some advanced vocabulary here, so it might take us a little while to read through this. The first thing you see on the page is a picture, and underneath that, there's an area where you can play the article. So you can listen to the article after class if you want. And I recommend that because sometimes it's good to hear the article read, and it's also excellent to hear it read in different voices, different accents. So it's a good idea to listen after class. Underneath, we have a little transcript and instructions. The transcript says, 1963, a U.S. president is assassinated. Many years after, people could remember exactly where they were when they heard the news. Few other moments in history affected us so much. And I think that's true. Most people remember that. I'm too young to remember that, but most people remember that. Okay. So I'm going to ask Akshin to read the first paragraph of the article.
In 1963, this
Oops.
paragraph or
The first paragraph under instructions.
yeah, okay. My heart burned within me with indignation and grief. We could think of nothing else. All night long we had only snatches of sleep, waking up perpetually to sense of a great shock and grief. Everyone is feeling the same. I never knew so universal a feeling. The quote above was the reaction of Elizabeth Gaskell, an English writer, on hearing of the shooting of U. S. President Abraham Lincoln in 1865. But it could well describe the feelings of millions on November 22nd, 1963, when another U.S. president fell victim to an assassin's ballot. The event so etched itself into the collective memory that years after people could remember exactly where they were and what they were doing when they heard the news. There are a few other types of historical moments that affect so many people in quite this way.
Okay. So as you can see, the vocabulary is a little bit advanced, especially in the first quote, because the quote is from 1865. And English has changed a lot in the past couple hundred years. So the English is a little different than what you might be used to. It's a little more formal, and some of the spelling is different. But it's basically the same. Any vocabulary questions from that section? Don't be shy. There's a lot of advanced words here. How about grief? What is grief? In the first quote, she says, indignation and grief.
Sadness, maybe.
Yeah, it's like extreme sadness, exactly. What about indignation? What is indignation like? Is it sad? Is it happy? Is it angry?
She is angry because of the unright, maybe.
So she's angry and she's sad.
Yes.
Any other vocabulary questions from that section we just read?
snatches, maybe.
Where?
Snatches of sleep. We had only snatches of sleep.
Oh, snatches. Snatches of sleep. Yeah. So what do you think a snatch is? Only snatches of sleep.
Short sleep, maybe.
Yeah, it is short. You can tell from the way it's written that it's short. And a snatch of sleep is probably like just a little, when you say snatch, you mean like to grab or to catch something. So probably just like little handfuls of sleep, small amounts of sleep that they grab. Small amounts of sleep. Okay, we have some new students, so we'll introduce the new students, and then I have a question for you guys. Vlad,
Yep.
welcome to class. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yes, of course, I'm ready. Answer your question. I'm from Ukraine, and I learned English, and I joined the Verblink program 3 days ago. Maybe it's my first experience.
Awesome. Well, welcome.
Yeah. Thanks. Thanks.
Thank you. Okay, now we have
Hello.
Andres.
Hello, everybody.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. How are you? Can you introduce yourself for us?
Yes. Now, question or thanks?
You have a question?
No, I have not. Thanks.
Oh, okay. But can you tell us about yourself, like how long you've been learning English or anything about your life? Where you're from?
Me?
Yeah, introduce yourself to us.
I'm from to Argentina. In the city is La Plata, and study English at 3 years ago.
Very cool. My sister lives in Buenos Aires right now.
Your sister?
Mm-hmm. She teaches English too, and she's in Argentina. She's been there for a little more than a year now.
Okay.
So, cool. Thank you.
No problem.
Hoda, welcome to class. Are you there, Hoda Fathi? I can't hear you. You might have to unmute yourself. There's a button at the top right-hand corner of the screen, and it should be a red microphone. If you click that button, you should be able to speak with audio.
Please go out.
What?
Please go out.
Are you talking about Hoda? Okay, well, Hoda, if you're having any trouble, just let me know in the chat box and I'll try to help you. All right, so now I'd like to hear from you guys if you have ever experienced an assassination in your country. So if the president or king or prime minister was assassinated, or if you know any political figure that was assassinated and it affected you and your life. I'm going to start with Akshin. Have you ever heard of an assassination that affected you?
So let me think. Yeah, I think it doesn't affect me, but during my lifetime, I heard assassination of the Benazir Bhutto. She was a Pakistani and opposition leader, I think, and daughter of the former prime minister.
Okay.
And another assassination I don't remember now. As a leader of any country.
And how were you affected emotionally when this assassination occurred, or were you not affected?
I didn't affect so much, but I was a little bit sad because a woman was killed, and also she was a feminist. Also, she was a leader.
Mhm.
So just it, but I I I I don't I didn't have any special feelings towards Benazir Bhutto. Just I knew that she's a leader like this.
Mhm. All right, thank you. Alexander, were you ever affected in your life by an assassination of a political figure or anybody else?
Mm, Personally, not, but perhaps I have heard in the time of war there was killed a priest, and in the whole country it is well known that he was murdered.
Did that affect you emotionally too?
Not really, I was a child at that time.
Ah, so you were too young.
Yes,
Okay, interesting. Thank you.
thank you.
Andres, have you ever been affected by an assassination of a person? Are you there, Andres?
So my mic is out. I repair.
So, have you ever been affected by an assassination?
President?
Yeah, an assassination of a political figure or any person, someone being murdered, but specifically an assassination. Are you not sure? Okay. Um, we have a new student. Adele, welcome to class. Are you there, Adele? I can't hear you. You might be muted. There's a button in the top right corner of your screen. That should unmute you. I'm actually going to screen share so I can show you because...
Oh, sorry, I came back.
Okay, so right here, do you see there's a button? And you can mute yourself and unmute yourself here. So if anybody needs to unmute themselves, this is where the button is. And then there's the settings over here. So if you unmute yourself and you still can't be heard in class, try your settings. You can adjust your settings here, and that might fix your problem. Okay. All right. Well, she's gone.
Do you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
A little problem.
Huh? What? Would you like to answer the question about assassination?
No, thanks. I listened.
Okay.
Only
Okay.
listened.
Fair enough. Hoda, can you hear us? No? Ismail, would you like to answer if you've ever been affected by an assassination?
Yes, Michelle, I have been affected some assassination in my country, but it was hidden not a political figure. It was hidden to a writer in the newspaper.
Wow.
And there, one of them was a major writer of a newspaper in my country. He was a very open-minded writer, and many people are reading their articles on newspaper every day, and I am very sad about this assassination because of the people who who made this assassination couldn't find. Michaela.
Yeah, it's very sad.
It is very sad, and they are, it was made speech about the subject. Some secret services maybe
Hey,
Getting some background noise.
hello.
Rudy,
Hi.
Yes. Hey.
Very nice.
Yeah,
How do you say your name? Is it Sri Raj? Oh, someone muted you.
his
You
name
have to-
is Prodi, Michaela.
Oh, okay. Poredi?
yeah, Poredi. Poredi. Yeah, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine. Where are you from?
I'm from Phoenix, Arizona. Where are you from?
I'm from India, Hyderabad.
Awesome. Well, welcome to class. Have you been with Verbling a long time?
Yes, actually every day I'm joined in this class night time 12:30 a.m.
Okay. And
Yeah, this is first class. Just I'm first time I meet you.
welcome to Verbling and my class.
Okay. What's
my
your
name
name?
is
Sorry.
Michaela.
Michaela. Okay. What's your? You are a teacher in this group.
Uh-huh.
You are a teacher.
Yes, I'm the teacher, and we have several students with us as well. Today we're
Okay.
talking about assassinations. Do you know what an assassination is?
Assassination. I don't know. Can you explain what is assassination?
Sure. Does anyone want to help him? Can anyone give us the definition for assassination?
Yes.
What is it?
Michaela, I want to say first of all, Prodi,
Yes.
there are very noise coming from your background. There are some people in same room who are talking and we can hear their noise.
Omega కాదు, ఇది Weblink. Hey dude, I'm in my room. My friends are they are cooking food. So I think little noise.
Kill your
Okay, come on, tell me what is associated as something. What you are saying?
Assassination.
Assassination. Come on, tell
Yeah.
me what is assassination.
Ismail, do
Prodi.
you know?
Yes, yes, I want to explain, Michaela. Prodi, assassination is killing someone, especially with a political thing. Power.
Yeah, one sec. Wait.
Especially, for example,
Yeah, tell me. You are trying to say something. Come on, tell me. Hello.
some terrorist group or people who don't like some of political figures' thoughts,
Okay.
they are going to kill him.
Okay, I got it.
We say this type of action as assassination.
Exactly.
Okay,
So
okay.
it's a killing, usually of a public figure,
Yes.
and usually specifically with a gun or something like that. All
Okay,
right.
okay.
Have you ever been affected by an assassination, Paredi?
Yeah, actually, these kind of things in my India, generally people, terrorists do these kind of activities generally. In my country, I think in my area, it is a very less, but I read many books and papers.
And have you been
Associated,
affected emotionally by any assassinations?
No. I never. Recently, I mean, about 2 years back in India, some terrorists enter into the Bombay. They are attacking all the common people. Okay, in that time I felt very bad. But generally, in my Indian politicians, these all are some corrupted. Some Naxals and terrorists, they kidnapped them. And sometimes they kill them, so we never get it. Okay, that kind of people, they should die.
All right.
It's not a
so
problem.
We're reading an article today, and I'm
Yeah,
gonna
sure.
put the the link in the chat box.
Yes.
And we're on, I think, the second paragraph. I'm going to
One
ask
sec.
Alexander to read. Will you read for us, Alexander?
Okay, no, I did not get where it is. The second paragraph.
Hold on.
The quote about the okay Elizabeth, and this is the. Can you send me that link?
Yes. Okay. So we're on the paragraph that starts when in Rome.
No, I did not get what is your learn English that British Council. That is you send it.
It's an article, and the title of the article is Assassination, and it's on.
Yes.
Okay, so scroll down. We're reading the paragraph when in Rome, and I've asked Alexander to read for us. So Alexander, will you read? When in
Yeah.
Rome?
Okay.
One
Yes.
sec. One sec. Who will read?
Alexander.
Yeah, Alexander reading that paragraph.
Yes.
Yes, I will start.
Okay.
In Rome, back in the days of the Roman Empire, being the top dog was just as risky as business, and assassination was an occupational hazard. If you take a look of the long list of emperors who met their death at the hands of others, you wonder what made the job so attractive. In the period between 284 and 41 BC, more than half of 40 or some emperors came to a premature and violent, and while in office, often at the hands of the soldiers who were supposed to protect them, from Hilarius down to Claudius and Julius Caesar, not forgetting Caligula this very week in AD 41.
Okay, thank you. Next paragraph, where it all began. I'm going to ask Andres. Would you like to read that paragraph? Are you there, Andres? Okay. Dua? Am I saying your name right?
Hello, how are you?
Hi, good. Would you like to tell us where you're from and anything else about yourself?
Yes, my name is Dua Noor. I'm from Egypt. I'm 19 years old. I study English and French at Al Azhar University.
Awesome.
I live in Cairo. Yeah, thanks.
Welcome to class. And would you like to read that paragraph for us, where it all began?
Okay. From my heart. Okay. My heart burned within me with indignation.
It starts with where it all began, the earliest known examples.
Link.
Web
Link.
అని కొడితే వచ్చేస్తుందా ఓకే
నీ ఫేస్బుక్ ఐడి తోటి మ్యాచ్ చేసుకోవాలి.
Aye.
Yes, who is ready to give?
Wait. Oh, sorry. You're muted. Peretti, you're muted.
Somebody put mute. I mean, click on mute button. Who's that?
Okay. Did you need something, Peretti?
Yeah. Can I read?
Hold on.
Yes.
You can read next. I'm asking Dua to read this one. Are you ready, Dua?
When in. Yes, we can hear.
Hold on. Okay. I have to mute you, Peretti, because there's too much noise in your background. I can't hear. So I'm going to mute you until I ask you to read, okay? Dua, would you read from where it says where it all began?
U.S. President. That's it?
Where it all began. The earliest known examples. It's the third paragraph down. After instructions, there's the first paragraph, the second paragraph, and your paragraph says where it all began.
Yeah. Sorry, okay. Where it all began, the earliest known examples of assassination may be in Iran, where 3 kings were done away with after palace intrigue in the 5th century BC. The father of Alexander the Great, Philip of Macedon, received his coup de grace in similar fashion a century later. The word itself is supposed to derive from an 11th century religious sect in Iran called the Assassins of Hashishim, who saw it as their duty to eliminate enemies in this way, their name coming possibly from their habit of eating hashish.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Next paragraph, I'm going to ask Hoda to read, starting with head count. Are you there, Hoda? Oh.
I'm back.
Hello?
Do you want to read time?
Hello?
Do you want to read, Andres?
Yes, head count.
Yes, right there.
Head count.
Mm-hmm.
Start?
Yeah.
Through history, political and religious situations have often been viewed fair. And virtually every society, the phenomenon repeats itself. In the United States, for the president had been assassinated, most recently of course, John Kennedy on that day in Dallas, Texas, in 1963. In Russia, three Tsars had perished the same way, and Italy 7 popes. In Egypt, 1 president and 2 prime ministers. In France, 3 kings, including the last of 1 more execution.
Okay, thank you. So, in most countries, there have been people assassinated at one time or another. Ismail, would you read the next paragraph? Are you there, Ismail?
Yes, I am here.
Okay.
Michaela.
So, will you read the paragraph that says little triggers?
Okay. Little triggers. So, what exactly constitutes an assassination? The word always implies the murder of someone important, usually involved in politics, and the assassin is sometimes doing it for money, but more often for a cause. The anarchists of late 19th century Europe saw it as a legitimate political weapon which would cause the downfall of the old ruling hierarchy. President Carnot of France, the Empress of Austria, and King Umberto I of Italy were all sacrificed
to this philosophy? Sorry. Ismail, are you there?
Yes, I am here. Do you hear me?
Oh, sorry, you cut out for a little bit. We couldn't hear you after you said we're all sacrificed.
Okay. We're all sacrificed to his philosophy, although the edifice refused to crumble. Political extremists of the far left followed the same fate in Italy and Germany in the 1970s. At certain points in history, however, such acts can set off a far larger chain of violence, as occurred after the slaying of the Archduke Franz Ferdinand of Austro-Hungary in 1914 or the Prime Minister of Rwanda in 1994.
Excellent, thank you. That was a difficult paragraph. Do you guys have any vocabulary questions right now? Any vocabulary questions? No? If you guys think of any, just let me know either by saying it or in the chat box. Hoda, would you like to read the next paragraph? Are you there, Hoda? I can't hear you. All right. How about MD Zahangir Alam? Are you there? Zahangir Alam? Maybe I'm not saying your name right. I can't hear you if you're there. I can see your video. Okay.
We have a problem with the camera.
Maybe.
Or
Okay.
the sound.
Zahangir, I can't hear you. You might have to unmute yourself with the button in the top right corner of the screen. If you need any help, let me know in the chat box. Just type me a message. Okay. Alexander, would you like to read the next paragraph? Starts with
Yes.
democratization of death.
Okay. Democratization of death. The demise. What do you say?
Demise.
The demise of okay. The demise of absolute rulers in the 20th century hasn't put an end to this type of collective killing. Prime Minister was just as dangerous a opposition to occupy as king or emperor before it. Afghanistan, Burundi, India, Israel, Japan, Jordan, Lebanon, Pakistan, Russia, South Africa, and Sri Lanka are among the nations that have had at least one PM assassinated. At some point, a certain ruler of the United Kingdom narrowly escaped death from a bomb meant for her in 1984.
What does PM stand for? Does anybody know?
Prime Minister.
Yeah, Prime Minister, exactly. Any other questions so far about vocabulary or anything else? Okay. Then next paragraph, starting with fair game. Andres, would you like to read it?
I'm sorry, and one question is nothing. The Prime Minister of the United Kingdom escaped from a bomb in 1984?
Well, the United Kingdom doesn't have a prime minister.
Yes, he escaped to the bomb in 1984.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay. So yeah, a leader of the United Kingdom.
Not Prime Minister, a certain ruler.
Yeah, not Prime Minister. But yeah. Does anybody know who that was?
The king? Maybe.
Maybe, could be. Honestly, I don't know because I don't know the history of the United Kingdom that well. But somebody in the royal family, probably the king, the queen, somebody narrowly escaped death from a bomb. But it says her, so probably not the king, probably the queen. Next paragraph, do you want to read, Andres? Are you there, Andres? I can't hear you. If you need help, just let me know. Yes.
I think he had a phone call.
Oh, okay. All right. Would you like to read, Ismail?
Okay. Fair game. Political activists are also seen as legitimate targets for assassination by those who disagree with their views. Mohandas Gandhi, Martin Luther King, and Kiko Mendes immediately spring to mind. More recently, it is powerful men in the world of business and law who have become prey to the dedicated assassin. In Europe, since the 1980s, German industrialists, Greek ship owners, Spanish bank directors, and Italian judge have all been bumped off.
What does
Hidden
bumped
hands.
off mean?
It was killed with a bomb.
It doesn't have to be with a bomb, but you're right that bumped off is a term for killing. So bumped off is like a slang term to mean assassinated. Thank you for reading that section for us. Next paragraph. Zahangir, are you there? No? Okay. Then we're back to Alexander. Will you read the paragraph Hidden Hands?
Okay. Hidden hands. Other states are sometimes involved in assassinations by proxy. A prime example being SS leader Heinrich in Czechoslovakia during WWII, killed by resistance fighters on the orders of the UK government intelligence service. The involvement of foreign powers is suspected but still unproven in other cases. Salvador Allende, Prime Minister of Chile, and Zamora Machel, President of Mozambique, are but two. Belgium has now apologized for the part its intelligence service played in the death in 1961 of Praxis Lumumba, PM of Congo.
Okay. What's WW11?
World War II.
I have no idea.
Exactly. It's World War II. It's the abbreviation for World War II. And what about by proxy? What is by proxy? In the first sentence, we have that phrase, by proxy. So it says, other states are sometimes involved in assassination by proxy.
They are finding some men and maybe giving them some money to kill their enemies or enemy leader.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, so they're not directly involved, but they're indirectly involved. So maybe they maybe someone from the country, or maybe someone was paid to go assassinate somebody. So they're not directly involved, but they're indirectly, by proxy, they're involved.
Maybe secret services made it, Michaela.
Mm-hmm.
Some secret services. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, could be that. Okay, next paragraph. Give us the tools. Do you want to read, Andres? Are you there, Andres?
Yes, I lost.
So we're on the paragraph that starts, give us the tools.
Give us the tools.
Mm-hmm.
And how was the assassin?
Mm-hmm.
Assassin played his trade. In ancient times, Hinash was followed the poisoning for a slower legal death. What is more times in this usually the gun, but not only. The bomb, the plane crash, the ice pick, and the exploding cigar have been employed. And as the infamous Russian personal lifestyle coach, Rasputin poisoning, shooting, beating, and drawing were all apparently necessary before the final gate of the ghost.
Excellent. What does it mean to give up the ghost? What's a ghost?
Ghost is a creature we cannot see, maybe.
Mm-hmm. Like the spirit, or the part of a person that is not physical, but just kind of, the There's no physicality, there's no body there. It's like the spirit of a person. So what does it mean to give up the ghost? So they were saying that poisoning, shooting, beating, and drowning were all
Dying
apparently...
maybe.
What?
Dying, maybe.
Dying, yeah. Giving up the ghost is a term for dying. You're giving your spirit up. You're dying. So you can't live anymore. Any other vocabulary questions so far? There's a lot of advanced vocabulary here. And although it's not... you don't have to understand every word, but... Huh?
Sorry, I have a question.
Yeah.
And the ice pick?
Ice pick. Ice pick is a long tool used to chip at ice. So if you have a really big block of ice, you use something that looks like a hammer, but it's sharp on the end, and you chunk off pieces of ice with this tool.
Okay.
Any other questions? Okay, like I said, it's not important that you understand every word, but if you have a question or you want to understand a word, definitely ask, because there's a lot of advanced vocabulary here. Okay, I hope we can finish this before the end of class. So Ismail, would you read the next paragraph?
Yes. The ones that got away. Which brings me to the subject of assassination that failed. Cuba's Fidel Castro must hold the record for the political leader who has survived the most attempts to get rid of him. He has employed a food tester for decades as the Roman emperors of old. In England, one plot that failed to kill the King James I and the entire Parliament in 1605 is still commemorated to this day every November with fireworks and bonfires to symbolize the explosives the conspirators tried to use.
Excellent. Next paragraph, starting inexplicably. Zahangir, are you there? Okay. Poretti, would you like to read this paragraph? I can't hear you, Poretti. You'll have to unmute yourself in the top right-hand corner of the screen. Nope, still can't hear you.
Okay, can you hear me?
Now I can hear you. So will you read the paragraph that starts inexplicably?
Yes, when in Rome, I'm going to read when in Rome. Back in the days,
hold on. We're not there. We're on a paragraph called inexplicably.
Sorry?
Inexplicably. The paragraph begins inexplicably, and what about those public figures?
Public figures.
So it's the third to last paragraph. It's at the bottom. The third to last.
Okay, inexplicable. Okay, and what about these public figures who were targeted out of the blue? I have always thought it rather bizarre that anyone would want to murder John Lennon or Andy, not to mention Ulal Pleme. It is the Prime Minister of the recently Anna Lind. What is this? How can I pronounce L-I-N-D-H? Lind.
Lind.
Anna Lind, the Foreign Minister of Sweden, one of the world's most powerful societies. It just goes to show you don't have to be tried or involved in a power struggle to be victim of a madman.
Excellent, thank you. Next paragraph, conspiracy theories. This one I'm going to ask Alexander to read.
Conspiracy theories. One president's feature of assassination are the conspiracy theories that got with them.
Peter.
Did the marksman really act alone? Conspiracies are not difficult to construct. Ask yourself who would have wanted to victim death and they collect alone. Conspiracies are not difficult to construct. A few facts about the crime that don't quite tally add in the obvious point that high-ranking figures are often involved with secret services and have access to sensitive information that ordinary citizens are not allowed to see, and you have yourself a very fertile mixture which can keep those with an active imagination busy for years.
Excellent, thank you. Last paragraph. Andres, would you like to read? Okay. Elamir Khaled, would you like to read? Ismail, would you like to read?
Okay. By the content of their character, whatever the true circumstances surrounding their death, many high-profile figures live on long after they are taken from us in so sudden and shocking a manner. I leave you with the portentous words of Martin Luther King, spoken on the night before he died. His life is now celebrated in the USA by a public holiday on the third Monday of January every year. Like anybody, I would like to live a long life. Longevity has its place, but I am not concerned about that now. I just want to do God's will. And He's allowed me to go to the mountain. And I have looked over, and I have seen the promised land. I may not get there with you, but I want you to know tonight that we as a people will get to the promised land.
All right. Awesome, guys. We finished it. Congratulations. Any questions before we go to the exercise below?
Yes, I have a question. Would you say portentous? Portentous.
Portentous. Does anybody know what that word means, or can you guess from how it's used?
Which word, Michaela?
Portentous, it's, let me look. It's in the, yeah, it says, I leave you with the portentous words of Martin Luther King. Does anybody know what that word means? Or can you guess what it means from the way that it's used?
I search, I find to the translator, and if the word in Spanish is not correct.
I don't know. What does it mean in Spanish?
In Spanish, it's portentoso. I don't know.
And what does it? But what does it
Spanish.
mean in Spanish? What does it mean in Spanish? Okay, we're running out of time, so I'll just tell you. It means something momentous, something really significant, big, important, amazing. Something that's hard to believe, but important. Okay. Any other any other questions before we go on to the exercise?
Michaela,
Vocabulary
what is God's will?
God's will. So are you asking about the use of will, or are you asking about the word God?
God's will.
So which
couldn't
part are you
understand. I just want to do God's will.
Do you know what the word God means?
Yes.
You do?
Yes.
Okay. So will is the
wanting.
needs. Yeah, it's the wanting, it's the ideas of a person, it's their behavior. So my will is to live a happy life in a house and teach English on verbling. It's the things that I want to do. And so those are the things that he wants to do. God's will is the thing that God wants people to do.
Okay.
Does anyone else want to add to that definition? Does anyone else know this word already?
No, I haven't seen the question. Thanks.
Okay. Any other vocabulary questions before we go to the next exercise? Awesome. So, assassination death phrases. We're going to finish the sentences. Does everyone see that below? It's a mini exercise for you guys to do. Just press start and we'll do them together. So the first one is fall, and we have to end the phrase with one of these. So you have to choose from us, away with, bumped off, victim to. Most of these phrases we talked about. So fall, what can that be followed by? Anybody? How about Alexander? Can you take a guess?
What's supposed to do?
You're supposed to finish the phrase. So it starts with fall, and you have to choose one of the blue words to finish the phrase.
No, I don't know. Fall victim to? No.
Yes, that's exactly right.
Yes?
So fall victim to is to hurt yourself in some way. It was a phrase from the article that we just read. So fall victim to is to be hurt by something. If you fall victim to assassination, it means that you were hurt by assassination. Okay, 2. Andres, would you like to answer that one? It starts with meet.
I'm sorry. Means pilot?
Huh? What? So this one needs to be a noun.
I'm sorry, I don't understand this exercise.
We're finishing the phrases. So the start of the phrase is meet, and you have to pick a blue word to finish that phrase. The first one is fall victim to. The second one is meet, and you have to decide.
Meet from us.
Not quite. No. Choose again.
No.
Does anyone... Huh? What did you say? Repeat what you just said.
Your death?
Yeah, exactly. Meet your death. So to meet your death means to die.
Okay.
Okay, number 3. Amir Khaled, are you there? Ismail, would you like to do number 3?
Yes. Come up the ghost, maybe.
No, not come up the ghost.
Come from us.
That's possible, but probably not the best answer.
Okay.
Come to a premature violent end.
Huh?
No, I
Come to.
I don't know. I just guessing, Michaela.
Okay, well, I think the best answer is come away with. to take an idea or to take something is to come away with. We'll do one more, and then unfortunately we're going to have to end class because it's time already. But Peretti, would you like to do the next one? Number 4? Oh.
Hello? What did you say?
Would you like to do one of these?
I would like to.
Would you like to finish one of these questions?
Yeah, tell me. Ask the question.
Well, actually, I think I made a mistake. I think actually be done is away with. So it's possible that.
Okay. No,
done is
can
away
you
with.
chat? Can you write it in chat box? Because unable to get it. What you're saying? Actually, this is a little problem in my.
But do you see the exercise that's the bottom of the article?
Article.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Do you see the exercise that's there?
Okay. Okay. Death of praises. Instructions. This is only right. British Council.
It's the exercise, yeah. The British Council
Yes.
Assassination Death. There's an exercise
Yes,
at the
of all,
bottom.
meet, come, be down, receive, be take, be, give, and get.
Exactly. Hey guys, I hope you all finished this exercise, but unfortunately I have to go. So thank you very much for participating in this class, and I hope to see you soon. I'm teaching another class in a couple hours, so maybe I'll see you there.
What
Thanks,
time? What
guys.
time I will join? What time?
Bye.
What time you will teach?
At 11. So in 2 hours, I have a class. 2 hours
Okay,
from now.
sure. I will join with you.
Okay, thanks. Bye,
Good day,
guys.
bye.
One question.